China Daily, Cross-Continental Surgery, performed by Chinese-developed robot, demonstrates advances in remote medicine. A Chinese-built surgical robot has successfully completed a cross-continental operation, marking a milestone in both robotics and telemedicine. Surgeons in one country were able to remotely guide the robot in another, performing a delicate procedure with precision and minimal delay. Officials described the event as proof of concept that long-distance medical robotics could help address global shortages of surgical expertise by enabling specialists to operate across borders. The breakthrough also highlights the growing sophistication of China's medical robotics sector, which has been expanding rapidly with government support and private investment. Engineers emphasize that improvements in communication infrastructure, including fifth-generation networks and low-latency protocols, made the real-time control possible. Analysts say the success of the cross-continental operation could accelerate adoption of robotic surgery in underserved regions, while also raising questions about regulation, patient safety, and international collaboration. This demonstration underscores how robotics is poised to reshape healthcare delivery, potentially making expert surgical care more accessible worldwide. South China, Morning Post. Humanoid robot advancements, highlighted by child-sized robot, performing continuous backflips in inaugural humanoid games. A Chinese robotic startup unveiled a child-sized humanoid robot capable of performing continuous backflips, showcasing both agility and balance that rival athletic humans. The demonstration drew widespread attention as a technical milestone, since achieving stable aerial rotations has been a long-standing challenge in humanoid design. Engineers said the robot's success relied on advanced motion planning algorithms, lightweight actuators, and reinforced joint systems. In parallel, the first ever humanoid robot games were held, bringing together teams from around the world to compete in demonstrations of running, lifting, and coordination tasks. Organizers said the event aims to do for robotics what the Olympics does for sports, encouraging rapid development and international collaboration. The games highlighted not only entertainment value, but also the serious engineering challenges that must be solved before humanoids can be deployed at scale in workplaces or homes. Experts noted that the combination of technical feats and public showcases signals a new phase in humanoid robotics, where performance benchmarks are beginning to approach human capabilities. University of Waterloo and National Health Service. Robotic healthcare breakthroughs in kidney stone treatment and surgical approvals. Researchers at the University of Waterloo in Canada have developed a minimally invasive method for treating kidney stones using a combination of robotics and magnetic fields. The system involves guiding tiny robotic tools inside the body with external magnets, allowing doctors to break up stones without the need for large incisions or highly invasive surgery. Early trials suggest the approach could reduce recovery times and lower complication risks compared to conventional treatments. In the United Kingdom, the National Health Service has approved deployment of new state-of-the-art robotic surgery systems across hospitals in England. These platforms are designed to assist surgeons in performing complex procedures with enhanced precision, smaller cuts, and shorter recovery times for patients. Officials said the rollout represents one of the most significant upgrades to surgical care in years, giving the health system access to world-leading robotic technology. Together, these developments illustrate how robotics is steadily transforming healthcare, offering both minimally invasive innovations and institutional-level modernization. TechCrunch. Serve Robotics acquires Vayu Robotics, while Pudu Robotics launches new industrial delivery robots. Autonomous sidewalk delivery company Serve Robotics announced the acquisition of Vayu Robotics to enhance its artificial intelligence-driven autonomy for last-mile delivery. Executives said the deal will accelerate development of more reliable navigation systems, particularly for complex urban environments where pedestrians, traffic, and obstacles create constant challenges. The acquisition also positions Serve Robotics to expand its fleet more rapidly in partnership with food delivery services and e-commerce platforms. Meanwhile, Pudu Robotics unveiled its new Pudu T600 series of industrial delivery robots aimed at logistics, hospitality, and manufacturing markets. These machines are designed for tasks such as transporting goods across large facilities, offering efficiency improvements for warehouses and industrial operations. Industry analysts see both moves as evidence that robotics firms are racing to scale commercially viable solutions beyond prototypes. The combination of acquisitions and new product launches underscores the growing momentum in robotics for both consumer-facing and industrial applications. South China, Morning Post. 6G breakthrough with photonic electronic integration exceeds 100 gigabit speeds. Chinese researchers announced the development of a world-first ultra-wideband photonic electronic integrated system designed for sixth-generation wireless communication. This system combines light-based photonic circuits with traditional electronics, allowing for extremely high-speed, frequency-tunable wireless transmission. Early demonstrations showed data rates surpassing 100 gigabits per second, a level that could revolutionize mobile connectivity and enable applications such as holographic communications, immersive extended reality, and massive Internet of Things networks. Scientists emphasize that the achievement marks a major step toward the eventual global rollout of sixth-generation standards, which are expected to begin in the early 2030s. While the technology is still in an experimental phase, it highlights China's ambition to lead in next-generation telecommunications infrastructure. Analysts note that ultra-wideband photonic integration could reduce latency, improve energy efficiency, and expand available spectrum, all critical for sustaining the exponential growth of global data traffic. If scaled commercially, the technology could give China an edge in shaping international sixth-generation standards, with implications for global trade and geopolitics. China Daily. Artificial intelligence capacity expands as Cambricon reports more than 43. Fold revenue increase. China's national intelligent computing capacity has now reached the second highest level in the world, reflecting both government policy and rapid industrial expansion. A striking example of this momentum is chipmaker Cambricon, which reported a year-over-year revenue increase of 4,348% in the first half of 2025. The company attributed the surge to surging demand for artificial intelligence acceleration hardware used in data centers, scientific computing, and smart city applications. Analysts say the explosive growth highlights how China's artificial intelligence ecosystem is moving beyond software toward vertically integrated hardware, cloud, and services. Government reports emphasize that this scaling of intelligent computing resources is seen as vital for national competitiveness, mirroring earlier investments in fifth-generation telecommunications and renewable energy. While questions remain about profitability and global market share, the sheer scale of China's computing build-out positions it as a central player in the global artificial intelligence race. Experts warn that the pace of growth also raises concerns about energy consumption and environmental impact, underscoring the need for parallel innovation in green data center design. Xinhua News Agency, Darwin Monkey Supercomputer. Unveiled as world's largest brain-inspired system, China has officially unveiled the world's largest brain-inspired supercomputer, named the Darwin Monkey, which is designed to simulate neural activity at massive scale. The system uses architecture modeled after biological brains to achieve breakthroughs in pattern recognition, adaptive learning, and large-scale neural simulation. With its immense processing capacity, the Darwin Monkey is expected to accelerate research in neuroscience, artificial intelligence, and robotics by offering insights into how cognition and intelligence emerge from complex networks. Officials said the unveiling demonstrates China's continued commitment to pushing the boundaries of high-performance computing. Scientists hope the platform will also help in developing more efficient algorithms for next-generation artificial intelligence, as biological-inspired systems often reveal pathways to energy-efficient designs. By positioning the Darwin Monkey as a national showcase project, China is signaling its intent to dominate the field of brain-inspired computing, a domain where hardware and theory increasingly overlap. While critics caution that such machines remain far from replicating human consciousness, the research platform represents a milestone in bridging neuroscience and supercomputing. Global Times. China advances electromagnetic launch technology for military and space applications. Chinese engineers announced major progress in electromagnetic launch technology, which uses powerful magnetic fields to accelerate projectiles or vehicles without chemical propellants. The system is already integrated into the country's newest aircraft carrier, the Fuji, enabling more efficient and rapid aircraft deployment compared to traditional steam catapults. Officials revealed that similar technology is now being adapted for potential use in space launch systems, where electromagnetic acceleration could reduce costs and increase launch frequency. Researchers argue that this dual-use innovation could reshape both naval warfare and the economics of space exploration. In the naval context, electromagnetic catapults offer faster launch cycles, reduced wear on aircraft, and greater flexibility for different payloads. In the space context, electromagnetic assisted launches could significantly lower the amount of fuel required, complementing rocket engines and reducing environmental impacts. Analysts view the development as part of a broader push by China to master strategic technologies with both military and civilian applications, consolidating its influence in aerospace and defense innovation. Harvard Medical News and Nature Medicine, lithium research, universal cancer vaccine, and broad spectrum antiviral drugs show promise. Scientists at Harvard University are investigating the potential role of lithium in the human brain as a treatment for Alzheimer's disease, a condition that affects millions worldwide and currently has no cure. Early studies suggest that lithium, a metal long used in psychiatric medicine, may help protect neurons and improve memory by stabilizing certain brain pathways, though much more testing is needed before any conclusions can be drawn. Researchers emphasize that if the findings are validated in larger clinical trials, lithium based therapies could become an important new tool in slowing the progression of neurodegenerative disease. In other medical news, a so-called universal cancer vaccine has shown promising results in mouse models by targeting genetic markers shared across many different tumor types. The experimental vaccine helped the immune system recognize and attack cancer cells more effectively, raising hopes that it could be adapted into a new class of treatments that work across multiple cancers rather than being limited to one form of the disease. While still years away from human application, scientists say this represents an exciting step in the development of broadly protective oncology therapies. A third breakthrough involves the discovery of an experimental antiviral drug that was able to block 6 different deadly viruses in laboratory mice. The drug appears to interfere with a common viral replication mechanism, making it effective against pathogens that normally require distinct treatments. If further studies confirm the results, it could pave the way for a new generation of antivirals that provide multi-disease protection, a particularly valuable advancement for future pandemic preparedness. NASA and European Southern Observatory, world's most powerful solar telescope, captures flare, Bennu samples, reveal ancient stardust. The world's most powerful solar telescope has recorded its first detailed images of a massive solar flare erupting from the surface of the Sun. These high-resolution images provide an unprecedented view of plasma loops, magnetic fields, and explosive energy bursts, helping scientists better understand the mechanics of space weather. Researchers say the data will improve forecasting of solar storms, which can disrupt satellites, communications, and power grids on Earth. At the same time, NASA has released new analysis of samples collected from the asteroid Bennu by the OSIRIS-REx mission. The findings confirm the presence of tiny grains of stardust that are older than the solar system itself, thought to have formed more than 4.5 billion years ago. This discovery supports theories that asteroids serve as cosmic time capsules, preserving the earliest building blocks of planets. By studying these ancient materials, scientists hope to better understand not only the origins of our solar system, but also the processes that may have seeded Earth with the ingredients for life. The twin developments in astronomy underscore how both near-term observations of the Sun and deep-time analysis of asteroids can expand our knowledge of the universe and its history. Science advances in environmental research letters, toxic forever chemicals, found in beer, fungi rewrite, genetic rules, caterpillars eat plastic. A new study has revealed that 95% of commercially available beers tested contain measurable levels of per and polyfluoroalkyl substances, better known as forever chemicals. These synthetic compounds are widely used in packaging and industrial processes and have been linked to health risks ranging from liver disease to cancer. Researchers warn that the findings highlight both the pervasiveness of these chemicals and the need for stricter regulation of food and beverage contamination. On a more positive note, biologists have discovered fungi that defy the long-accepted genetic rule of one nucleus, one genome, instead housing multiple distinct genetic codes within a single organism. This unusual biology could transform our understanding of genetics, evolution, and adaptability, and may eventually inspire new biotechnologies. In another environmental development, scientists are studying so-called plastivore caterpillars that can consume a full plastic bag in just 24 hours. These larvae produce natural enzymes capable of breaking down polyethylene, one of the most common and persistent forms of plastic waste. If harnessed at scale, this biological recycling method could become a powerful weapon against plastic pollution, complementing existing efforts in waste reduction and recycling. Together, these three discoveries reveal both the dangers of chemical contamination and the surprising solutions nature may offer for health and environmental resilience. Comfy UI Wiki and Dev Community. Open source WAN 2.2 video model released with native Comfy user interface support. WAN 2.2, the latest open source upgrade to Alibaba's video generation system, has officially launched under an Apache 2.0 license, making it fully available for commercial use. The model is built on a mixture of Expert's architecture, which allows it to dynamically combine specialized submodels for more efficient and higher quality video creation. Compared to earlier versions, WAN 2.2 delivers cinematic style results with improved motion control, enhanced lighting, and better handling of complex multi-character scenes. One of the most notable improvements is resolution, with WAN 2.2 capable of producing full high-definition 1080 pixel videos, a step up from earlier limited formats. This means creators can now produce clips suitable for professional production environments without needing proprietary systems. The Comfy User Interface community integrated support for WAN 2.2 on the very first day of its release, removing the need for complicated installation steps or custom setups. This native integration ensures that both hobbyists and professional creators can immediately experiment with the new model, positioning it as one of the most accessible and powerful open source tools currently available for video synthesis. GitHub Infinite Talk, released as unlimited length, talking video generation model. A new open source project called Infinite Talk has been released, enabling creators to generate videos of unlimited duration in which characters speak naturally in sync with recorded or generated audio. The system aligns speech with accurate lip movements, body posture, head motion, and facial expressions, creating a lifelike talking head effect that can extend as long as the audio continues. This breakthrough overcomes previous limitations where talking video models could only produce short clips of a few seconds or minutes. Infinite Talk includes full open source code, pre-trained model weights, and sample pipelines, giving developers and content creators flexibility in how they deploy it. The release also provides support through both Gradio, a simple web interface for experimentation, and the Comfy User Interface, which integrates seamlessly into existing video generation workflows. This dual-branch setup allows technical users to build custom pipelines while giving non-technical users straightforward tools for immediate use. By making the project available without restrictions, the creators of Infinite Talk hope to accelerate innovation in digital avatars, dubbing, and educational video tools, empowering a wide audience to explore new applications of artificial intelligence-driven media. GitHub WAN 2GP enhances WAN models for graphics processing units with limited video random access memory. The WAN 2GP initiative brings the power of WAN 2.2 and related models to creators who are running on low-capacity graphics hardware. Traditional video generation models often require expensive graphics cards with large amounts of video random access memory, but this project introduces a memory-efficient implementation designed specifically for so-called graphics processing unit poor environments. WAN 2GP supports advanced features such as low-rank adaptation tuning, image-to-video workflows, and dynamic memory-saving techniques that allow users to create high-quality outputs even with restricted resources. The goal is to democratize access to video artificial intelligence tools, making them viable not only for large studios, but also for independent creators, educators, and hobbyists. The project's open source nature also encourages further optimization, meaning the community can contribute to making the model even more efficient over time. By reducing the hardware barrier, WAN 2GP expands the reach of advanced artificial intelligence video generation, allowing more people to experiment, publish, and innovate. This effort highlights a broader trend of scaling cutting-edge tools down to consumer-grade hardware, ensuring that creativity is not limited by access to expensive equipment. TechCrunch. United States artificial intelligence startups reach $100 million funding. Milestones. According to new reports, 33 United States startups working on artificial intelligence technologies have each raised at least $100 million in funding during the year 2025. This trend indicates that investors remain highly confident in the long-term growth potential of artificial intelligence, even as questions linger about the financial returns of some deployments. For creators and developers, this wave of funding ensures continued investment in the underlying infrastructure that supports new tools, models, and platforms. Among the most notable examples is Glean, which raised $150 million in a Series F round, reflecting its maturity and strong market presence. Another is TensorWave, which secured $100 million in a Series A round, showing that early-stage companies with strong technical foundations can still attract very large commitments. These investments fuel research into model efficiency, scaling, and user applications, with ripple effects that benefit the broader ecosystem. While not directly targeted at content creation, the continued flow of capital into artificial intelligence startups ensures that creators will gain access to better and more powerful tools in the coming years. The milestone also shows that despite periodic concerns about hype, investor appetite for artificial intelligence remains strong, particularly for companies that demonstrate clear paths to widespread adoption. Washington Post. FBI warns of Salt Typhoon China, backed global hacking campaign. The Federal Bureau of Investigation, together with European cybersecurity agencies, issued a sweeping alert warning more than 80 countries about a cyber espionage operation code named Salt Typhoon. According to officials, the campaign is backed by the Chinese government and is actively targeting telecommunications networks, satellite systems, and critical infrastructure, raising concerns about the resilience of global communications. The warning comes amid heightened geopolitical tensions and signals that governments are moving faster to coordinate defenses against large-scale digital threats. Investigators emphasize that Salt Typhoon uses advanced persistent techniques, meaning once inside a network, the hackers can maintain access for long periods of time, quietly siphoning sensitive data. Officials caution that the campaign is not limited to government networks, but also reaches into private industry, making it a broad national security and economic risk. At the same time, American politics is seeing a new development. A pro-artificial intelligence super political action committee backed by Silicon Valley leaders such as Greg Brockman and investors at Andreessen Horowitz is mobilizing ahead of the 2026 midterm elections. The group's stated mission is to counter restrictive regulation and to advocate for policies that accelerate innovation, showing how artificial intelligence is becoming not only a business issue, but also a powerful political force. New York Post. Japan unveils dramatic artificial intelligence generated Mount Fuji eruption simulation. As part of Volcano Disaster Prevention Day, Japanese officials released a striking computer-generated simulation showing Mount Fuji erupting and covering Tokyo in heavy ash. The simulation, created with advanced artificial intelligence tools, depicts lava flows, collapsing infrastructure, and widespread disruption, capturing public attention with its realism and sense of urgency. Officials stress that there is no immediate danger of an eruption, but the exercise is designed to remind citizens of the importance of preparedness. Experts estimate that if Mount Fuji were to erupt in the modern era, the economic cost could exceed 2.5 trillion yen, or about 17 billion United States dollars, due to disrupted transportation, damaged buildings, and public health impacts. The release highlights how governments are beginning to use artificial intelligence not only for forecasting, but also as a communication tool, making complex risks tangible for the public. For Japan, a nation with a long history of natural disasters, this kind of simulation underscores both vulnerability and resilience, encouraging proactive steps to safeguard communities. Officials said that the emotional impact of visualizing the scenario helps drive home lessons that ordinary statistics cannot, making disaster preparedness a shared responsibility. Guardian. Majority of United Kingdom adults worry artificial intelligence could disrupt their jobs. A new poll by the trades union, Congress found that 51% of adults in the United Kingdom are concerned that artificial intelligence will change or even eliminate their jobs. The anxiety is highest among people aged 25 to 34, where more than 60% express fear that automation could derail their career plans. The findings reflect growing unease as companies roll out artificial intelligence tools across retail, banking, healthcare, and other sectors. Union leaders warn that without careful planning, the rapid spread of artificial intelligence could deepen inequality and leave workers without the training needed to adapt. They called on the government to ensure that employees are included in decisions about how artificial intelligence is deployed in workplaces, rather than leaving choices solely to corporate leadership. The poll comes at a moment when unemployment is already a sensitive political issue, amplifying calls for stronger worker protections. The Trades Union Congress is urging a national strategy that ties artificial intelligence productivity gains to fair wages, shorter working hours, and expanded retraining programs. Advocates argue that artificial intelligence should enhance human work, not simply replace it, and that public policy must evolve quickly to reflect the scale of change. Bloomberg. Apple confirms September 9th event, iPhone 17 expected. Apple has officially confirmed that its next major event will take place on September 9th, where the company is expected to unveil the iPhone 17 lineup and the newest generation of Apple Watch models. Early reports suggest that one of the new phones may be a super slim version, reflecting Apple's ongoing focus on sleek design alongside technical improvements like faster processors and enhanced cameras. The Apple Watch is also expected to add more health and fitness features, continuing its evolution as both a lifestyle accessory and a wellness device. In addition to the hardware rumors, Apple is reportedly in early discussions with Google about using Google's artificial intelligence models to improve Siri, which has long lagged behind rival assistants in flexibility and accuracy. While no decision has been finalized, the talk suggests Apple is taking the competitive threat from OpenAI, Google Gemini, and Anthropic seriously and may be considering a hybrid strategy that mixes in house development with partnerships. However, Apple continues to face challenges in artificial intelligence recruiting. The company has lost another senior executive from its AI division who has now joined Meta's new superintelligence lab. This follows a string of high profile departures and raises questions about whether Apple can hold on to top talent while rivals aggressively build their research teams. Reuters: NVIDIA's CEO declares artificial intelligence boom is far from over. NVIDIA chief executive Jensen Huang told analysts that the artificial intelligence surge is only just beginning, despite some investor concerns about slowing demand. Huang forecasts a $3 to $4 trillion opportunity in global artificial intelligence infrastructure spending over the next 5 years, describing the scale as comparable to past industrial revolutions. His remarks came after NVIDIA reported earnings that beat expectations but showed mixed results in its data center business, raising questions about near-term demand. As evidence of strong momentum, Huang highlighted a $650 million order for NVIDIA's H20 chip from a non-Chinese client, showing that demand remains global even as American export rules limit sales to China. He also projected that NVIDIA could capture $35 billion of a projected $60 billion global data center buildout, positioning the company as the backbone of a new computing era. Huang emphasized that NVIDIA is not just a chip maker, but an ecosystem provider, combining hardware, software, and development tools to power the artificial intelligence economy. His optimism contrasts with short-term investor worries, but underscores his view that artificial intelligence is the defining growth driver of the coming decade. Market Watch: Marvell reports strong revenue growth, but issues weak forecast. Marvell Technology announced revenue of $2.01 billion for the quarter, a 58% increase compared to the same period last year, driven mostly by demand for artificial intelligence and data center products. The company said that 75% of its revenue now comes from artificial intelligence applications, and it has secured more than 50 new design wins this year with cloud providers and enterprise customers. Despite the growth, shares of Marvell fell by 11% after the company issued weaker than expected guidance for the next quarter, disappointing investors who expected stronger momentum. Executives said the softer forecast reflects supply chain challenges and broader macroeconomic uncertainty, but stressed that the long-term outlook remains solid. They pointed to ongoing partnerships in telecommunications and cloud infrastructure as key growth areas and emphasized that Marvell's chips are increasingly critical to the rollout of advanced artificial intelligence services. Analysts noted that while Marvell is well positioned for the future, today's market places enormous pressure on companies to deliver both high growth and flawless financial execution. The company now faces the task of proving that its momentum in artificial intelligence design wins can translate into consistent quarterly results that satisfy investor expectations.